certified group fitness instructor for Penn State Campus Recreation Fitness and Wellness. So today I have a little yoga flow sort of workout that you can do anywhere in your own home. All you'll really need is a mat. If you don't have a mat, you can just use a towel or carpeted area, really anything that is comfortable for you to move around on, stand on, do planks on, that type of thing. Make sure that you do have comfortable clothes to move around in, and then you can be barefoot. If you're wearing socks, just be aware of what you're standing on. We don't want anyone slipping, but again, if you're most comfortable wearing sneakers, that works too. Throughout this workout, I'm gonna try to slow things down a little bit, so really just try to focus on the movements and how it makes your body feel. If you have to modify anything, feel free, but I am gonna try to hold some of the poses a little bit longer than I usually do, just so that we're really stretching out those muscles, and again, just feeling the movements and working our way a little bit deeper into them. That being said, again, listen to your body. If you feel any pain, discomfort, shortness of breath, or dizziness, stop what you're doing right away, take a break. But other than that, feel free to put on your favorite playlist and just get ready for this yoga workout. I'll see you guys in a second.
All right, so go ahead and make your way over to your mat. We're gonna start standing. Right away, go ahead, exhale your shoulders down and away from your ears, lifting up your spine, lengthening everything. Take a few steps. Make sure that weight is dispersed evenly through your feet. Nice, firm foundation here. Starting to focus in, feeling that breath, opening up the chest as you inhale, exhaling out, feeling strong. Keeping that length in our spine, so rising up tall with each inhale, exhaling out nice and slow. Starting to take these breaths at your own pace, nice and deep, maybe starting to set an intention as you breathe. Finishing up this last breath, go ahead, take a nice deep inhale in. As you exhale, slowly drop your chin down to your chest, so creating space down the back of your neck. From here, slowly roll your right ear over to your right shoulder. Just stretch out that left side. And then when you're ready, slowly roll back down to center, chin down to chest, and then bring that left ear over to the left shoulder. Go ahead, continue these half circles, just crossing through the center, going over to one side. Hold it for a second, and then slowly make your way over to the other side. Just a few more of these. Bring that head back to center. We're going to slowly roll it on up. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead, gaze up. And then we're going to grab opposite elbow with opposite hand and start to lean over to one side, stretching out the side body. Inhale back to center, and then exhale towards the other side. Inhale to center, exhale, reach. Nice deep breaths. Last time here. Go ahead and make your way back to center, and this time we're going to keep a nice flat back as we fold down towards the ground. So nice forward fold here. Think about knitting your rib cage onto your thighs, stretching out, and then slowly roll it on up. Roll it back down, so making kind of circles with our body, up and down, taking this nice and slow, really opening up, waking up that spine with this movement. Taking your time here, go as slow or as fast as you need, maybe stopping in certain areas that need a little extra stretch. Find your way back around here. We're gonna finish up this last one, so go ahead and meet me in a standing position and get ready to repeat that, but going the opposite direction. So slowly rolling down to the side, opening up towards the other side. Again, making those circles, stretching out that side body. Nice deep breaths. Really allow your shoulders to open up that chest as we stand. We're gonna finish up these last ones here. Make your way back to standing. A nice deep breath, finishing up this last one. Reach your arms back, palms come together. We're gonna slowly bend in the back, slightly behind us, and then slowly roll it forward, keeping the core engaged into a forward fold here. So reaching down, let those hands fall down towards the mat, stretching out the backs of the legs, maybe bending those knees slightly, pedaling out a little bit. It's okay if your legs have a slight bend in them. Go ahead, inhale, lift halfway, wave the spine nice and flat, and then exhale, start to walk your hands towards the front of your mat, so into a high plank position. Shoulders stacked over those wrists, hips square with the ground, nice flat back, tight core. We're gonna hold here for a second and then take a nice deep breath in and exhale. Shoot those hips back behind you into a down dog. Feel free to pedal out your heels, stretch out those legs. I always like to press my chest down towards the ground, so really stretching out the shoulders, squeezing those shoulder blades together, really doing whatever feels good for you right here. So taking your time, breathing through here, stretching out, trying to see if we can reach those heels down towards the mat. But again, really taking our time, slowing things down. Go ahead, slow down those legs, get ready to add some movement. So we're gonna go up on our toes and then bend the knees slightly, squeezing them, trying to touch your knees towards your chest. So squeezing the core tight. Go ahead, straighten the legs, lower the heels, lifting up, slowly roll into a high plank. Hold here, nice and strong. And then get ready to exhale those hips back behind you, back into that down dog. We'll repeat that once again. So getting ready, go ahead, lift up onto those toes, bend the knees in to meet the chest, press that chest down towards those knees, squeeze here, straighten out the legs, chest stays down, and then shift forward into that plank. Hold strong here. Nice flat back, keeping the core engaged. And then exhale, shoot those hips back behind you, down dog. Once again, lift up onto those toes, bend the knees in to meet the chest, press that chest down towards the ground, squeeze and hold here. And then straighten out the legs, keep the chest down, and roll forward into that plank. Holding here, finding that strength. Keep those shoulders stacked over those wrists. And then go ahead, exhale those hips back to down dog once again. Hold this for a second. Feel free to pedal out those heels. And then slowly drop those knees down to the ground. Shift back into a child's pose. So rest the glutes on the heels. Feel free to roll out those wrists if that feels good for you. Stretching out after we did a lot of plank work, but just breathing through, let your head rest down onto the mat here. Nice deep breaths, opening up. So starting to lift on up, step those hands back to raise your chest. We're gonna open our knees wide, trying to keep those feet together. So knees come wide, and then walk your hands back out into a child's pose once again, but with your knees even wider here. So this is a nice hip opener. It might be a little bit intense, so feel free to bring your legs closer if you need to, but challenging yourself if you want that deeper stretch. Go ahead, start to lift on up, and we're going to step our hands forward. So we're shifting so our chest is on the mat, our legs come down, and our feet come up. So into a kind of frog position here. This is another really great hip opener, but again, it can start to feel a little bit intense. So if you want to try to straighten your legs more behind you, you can. But if you want a deeper stretch, try to think about keeping the bottoms of your feet together and pressing them closer towards the mat to really open up those hips. You can just rest your head on the mat, your forehead on the mat, or on your arms in front of you. But breathing through here to allow that space to create in your body if this area is a little bit tight. We'll take a couple final breaths here in this pose. Stretching everything out. And then when you're ready, slowly start to lift your body up off the ground. Try to keep your legs in the position they are. Let your calves come down. We're going to sit back on our feet, and then we're going to lean back. So place your hands on the mat behind you, lean back, and lift those hips up to get a nice little quad stretch here. And again, this can be a little bit intense. So taking what you need here, just stretching as much as is comfortable. Don't have to lean back as much or lift your hips up as much. Go ahead, walk your hands forward, make your way into a tabletop position. So right here, I'm kind of stretching out my wrists and getting prepared. So if you want to place the tops of your hands on the mat to stretch out those hands here, getting them nice and loose. Making sure those shoulders are right over those wrists, hips are over your knees. We want to have a nice flat back. Starting to engage that core. Go ahead, lift on up into a high plank. Holding here, finding that strong foundation. Nice flat back. Go ahead, exhale those hips back behind you, back into our down dog here. So pedaling out those heels, taking whatever we need right here. And then go ahead, we're going to start to reach opposite arm back to reach opposite leg. So right arm reaches back and grabs the outside of our left ankle. And then same thing, left arm reaches towards the outside of the right ankle. If you can't reach your ankle all the way, that's okay. Just do whatever you can. Right here, it's just a nice little balance and coordination challenge. It also gives a nice little spinal twist. If you want a deeper twist, you can gaze underneath that armpit. But finishing up on each side here, meet me back in that down dog. We're going to shift our weight forward into a high plank. Keep those elbows close to our sides as we lower on down into a low plank. Hold here. And then we're going to glide forward into up dog or cobra. So chest opens, gaze goes up, and then exhale, curl those toes under, shoot those hips back behind you into that down dog. From here, pedal out those heels if that feels good, but we're going to get ready to lift up that right leg into three-legged dog. Right away, bend that knee so that we're opening up those hips. So try to stack that hip on top of the other, opening up, but keeping that chest down towards the ground. So not twisting too much. Go ahead, draw that knee up towards your chest. Hold here, point the toe, squeezing everything, shoulders stacked over those wrists. And then we're gonna step that foot between those hands, let the back leg fall down towards the ground or lower down towards the ground. Plant the right arm down. We're going to open that left arm up to the sky. So reaching up and over. And then we're going to start to make some circles with that shoulder, really reaching forward and around. So really opening up here, opening up the shoulders, opening up the side body, stretching it on out. Let that arm come back to the ground, and then open that right arm up. So nice spinal twist here. We're gonna do the same thing. Reach forward, let that arm come back behind you. So reaching out and then up, over, and around. Opening up, nice spinal twist, thinking about pressing those hips down. Bring that right hand back to the ground, cartwheel your hands into a standing position. We're gonna reach that right arm in front, left arm behind. Really sink those hips down towards the mat here. Nice deep breaths, keep those shoulders stacked over those hips. Nice engaged core here. Sitting up tall. Make sure that knee is stacked over that front ankle. And then go ahead, plant both hands back down to the mat, framing that front foot. We're gonna curl the back toe under to lift on up into kind of a lunge position. Right hand stays on the ground. We're gonna open that left arm up, and then we're gonna start those circles once again. So reaching up overhead and then back behind us. Reaching long up overhead and then back behind us. Last time here, plant the left arm, right arm opens up, same thing, reach to the front of the room and then circle it back around. Taking your time here, feel free to slow it down or go a little faster. Right arm comes to the ground, left arm opens up once again, and we're gonna get ready to stand. So back foot opens to a 90-degree angle, stand it on up into our warrior two. So nice and wide, hips are open to the side, arms open to opposite sides of the room, and our gaze is over those right fingertips. Bring that back arm behind you. We're gonna reach the right arm up overhead. Nice side stretch here. And then go ahead, bring that arm to the front, and once again, circle it back up overhead. So I'm kind of just pulling my arm down and then reaching it up and over to get a deeper stretch here. Cartwheel your hands back to center, find that warrior two, and then from here, we're gonna get ready to lower that front arm, rest it on that front leg, and that back arm is gonna reach forward. Reaching nice and long here. Again, opening up, reaching behind, and then up and over to see if we can get an even deeper stretch here. So opening up even more than maybe we thought we could. Keeping that core engaged, not putting too much weight on that front leg here. Nice deep breaths. Go ahead, open back up into that warrior two. Hold here. And then once again, the left arm reaches back, right arm reaches up and over. Nice deep stretch. Again, pull that arm down, reach it on up. See if we can get a deeper stretch here. Finishing up these last breaths, make your way back to that warrior two, and then roll it forward. Reaching that back arm up overhead, that front arm can rest gently on that front leg. Pull that left arm up and over to get a deeper stretch. Just taking our time here to reach strong. Roll it on back to that warrior two. Palms come together to heart center. We're gonna curve those hips forward. Back foot steps to a 45-degree angle, so toe is pointed to the opposite corner of the room into warrior one. And then from here, we're gonna shift our weight onto that front foot. So getting ready here. And we're gonna step into our tree pose. So option to bring that foot all the way up onto our thigh or just keep it on your calf, but try not to put it onto your knees. Find your balance here, and then if you want an extra challenge, you can put your hands in prayer behind your back. This will give a nice little shoulder blade stretch. So opening up that chest, opening up those shoulders. Option if you can't quite reach that, if you want to just grab your forearms or your hands behind you, that'll have a similar effect as the prayer arms behind your back, opening up the chest. Go ahead, release your arms down to your side, and then slowly lower that foot down to the ground. You can shake out your legs a little bit if that feels good. Inhale, reach those arms up, bring them back into prayer. Again, we're going to shift our weight into that right leg, so lifting up the left. And we're going to make our way into our eagle pose. So bend that left leg around the right leg. And you can hold your arms in prayer here, or if you want to take eagle arms, so crossing your left arm underneath your right arm and bringing your palms together. Sinking low in this pose as we hook that foot around our standing right leg. Nice deep breaths, keep that core engaged, and if you fall out of it, that's totally okay. Just make your way back into it, keep practicing. Go ahead, release your arms back into prayer, slowly unwind, and we're gonna right away sink into our chair pose. Reaching tall here, sinking nice and low, keeping that weight in those heels, and then slowly reach up. We're gonna bend behind us, release those arms. Again, shake out those legs if that feels good for you. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead, palms come together. Exhale, slowly fold forward, nice flat back into forward fold. From here, bend your legs in to meet your chest. We're gonna step back into our plank pose. Hold here for a second, and then keep those elbows close to your sides as you lower down slow. Hold here, glide it on forward into up dog or cobra. Open up the chest, inhale, and then a little extra stretch here. So I always like to gaze back towards each side. So gazing over, let the one leg lower down, gaze over to the other side, let the other leg drop down, just for an extra little stretch. And then go ahead, exhale, curl those toes under, shoot the hips behind you, back into that down dog. Again, if you want to pedal out those heels, you can. We're going to get ready to do the same thing on the other side. So in our down dog here, press that chest down towards the mat. And then we're going to raise the left leg into the air, into three-legged dog, or whichever leg you didn't do the first time. Open up those hips, so stacking them over that standing leg, keeping that chest down. Try not to open up too much with our chest. And then lift, straighten that leg back up into three-legged dog, and slowly draw that knee into your chest, shifting into a plank, but squeeze that knee tight, point the toe, hold here, and then when you're ready, we're going to step that foot down, lower the back leg into a low lunge, and then go ahead, keep your right hand planted on the ground. We're going to open that left arm up to the side, and then just like we did on the other side, reach it behind you and then forward. So starting to make those arm circles, reach forward, up and around. Bring that hand back to the ground, open that right arm up this time, same thing, reach to the front of the room and then draw that arm back behind you. opening up that shoulder, bring both hands back to the ground. Open up that right arm once more. We're gonna lift it on up. So with our warrior 2 arms, but in our low lunge. Holding here, keep those hips down. Nice engaged core. Really stacking that knee over that ankle. And then go ahead, cartwheel those hands back down, framing that foot. We're gonna press on up. So curl the back toe under to lift that back leg. Taking our time here. That left arm stays planted, right arm opens up, and then reach forward and reach it back behind you. So into those arm circles, going the opposite direction. Plant that right arm down, open up the left arm. Same thing right here, reach it forward, and then come down and around. Again, take your time here. Plant those hands down, and then get ready to step it on up into our warrior 2. So back foot curves out to a 90-degree angle, keeping that bend in that front leg. Arms reach to the front and back of the room. So left arm reaches forward, right arm behind. Nice deep breaths here. Gaze over that front hand. We're gonna bring our right hand behind us, reach the left arm up overhead. From here, draw that arm back behind you and then reach it up and over. See if you can get a deeper stretch here once again. Still sinking low in that front leg. Nice deep stretch here. Couple more breaths. Really reaching those fingertips. And then slowly draw your arms back to center. Unbind that back arm, sinking low still. Nice deep breaths. And then when you're ready, slowly draw that front arm down to rest on that front leg. That back arm can reach up and over. Nice deep stretch. And then again, if you want a deeper stretch, pull that arm down and reach it up and over once again. To see if you can reach a little bit further. Really pull those fingertips in front of you. Stretch out the side body. Nice deep stretch. Again, not putting too much weight on that front leg. Using your core to keep your body lifted. Raise it back on up to that warrior 2. Reset here. See if we can sink a little lower. Gazing over those fingertips. And then slowly bring that left arm behind, or that right arm behind you. Left arm draws up overhead for the last time here. So once again, draw that arm back down and then reach it up and over once more for a deeper stretch. Really opening up the side body. Finishing up this breath here. Slowly draw your arms back to center, lifting on up tall. Relax those shoulders down and away from your ears. And then slowly bring that left arm down to rest on that front left leg. Right arm reaches up and over. Last time here, stretching out the sides. Nice deep breaths again. Pull that arm down, reach it up and over for a deeper stretch. Really focusing in here. Reaching for the front of the room. Finish up this last breath. And then slowly cartwheel your hands back to center. From here, bring your hands to heart center. Get ready to shift into warrior 1. So we're gonna pivot that back foot so it's at a 45-degree angle. Keep those hips forward. So both the hips are pointing forward, and then get ready to step into that front left leg. So shifting our weight here, find that balance. Place the foot gently on the calf, or if you can reach the inner thigh, you can. But holding this tree pose, if your foot doesn't quite reach your thigh, don't put it on your knee. And then again, we're gonna take our prayer arms behind us if you can reach them. If not, again, remember that option if you wanna just grab opposite forearms or wrists or just fingertips, whatever you can reach. But doing this to open up the chest, get a nice stretch in our shoulders and our shoulder blades. Here I am just changing up the stretches just because it feels good to switch it around here. Challenging yourself with that balance. Bring your hands back to heart center and then float those arms down to your sides. You can allow that leg to fall down towards the ground. Shake it on out briefly here. And then get ready. Reach your arms up overhead. Inhale, hands come back to heart center. Once again, get ready to shift that weight into that left leg. Raise the right knee up in front. And then bend it around that left leg, sinking low into our eagle pose. Again, taking those arms, right arm over top the left. And you can hook that right leg around the left leg here, sink a little bit deeper to challenge that balance. And as always, if you fall out of this, that's okay. We're just practicing our balance here. There's no perfect way to do it. So if you fall out, just go ahead, get right back into the pose. It really is all about challenging yourself and making yourself better. So you can unhook your arms, draw your hands back to heart center, and then slowly unhook the legs. Draw them down, immediately make your way into chair pose. So sinking back, reach those arms up overhead. Reaching long, keeping that core nice and tight and engaged. Slowly lift it on up and exhale everything down. Again, if you want to shake out your legs, that feels good, you can. Right here, I'm just stretching out my calves and my feet. Inhale, reach those arms up overhead. And then exhale, slowly roll it on down into our forward fold. Think about knitting the rib cage to the legs. We're gonna inhale, lift halfway, nice flat back. Then exhale, plant those hands down, step or hop your way into a plank hold. Nice deep breath, holding strong here. And then keep those elbows close to your sides as you lower down into up dog or cobra. Gaze comes up, curl those toes under, exhale back into that down dog. Go ahead, pedal out those heels if you need to, but then once again, we're gonna come up onto those toes, bend your knees in to meet your chest. Chest comes down towards the mat, straighten out the legs, and then roll forward into our high plank. Hold here, nice deep breaths. Holding strong. And then exhale those hips back behind you. Getting ready here once again, lift up onto those toes, rise tall. Bend the knees in to meet the chest, lower that chest down towards the mat. Open up those shoulders, straighten the legs, roll forward into that plank. Holding strong, exhale back into down dog one more time. Go ahead, lift up onto those toes, bend the knees down, nice and close towards your chest, squeeze here. Straighten out those legs and then roll it forward into that plank one more time. Holding strong, nice strong core, keep that back flat and engaged. And then go ahead, exhale back into down dog. Nice deep breaths here. You can pedal out those heels. And then from here, we're going to sink back into a seated position. So go ahead, cross your legs behind, or cross your ankles behind you, and step your hands back so we're kind of in a seated position in like crisscross applesauce. Plant those hands on the mat behind you. We're going to lift those hips up, pressing those knees down towards the mat. So opening up those hips, stretching out the quads. This is a really great stretch after a lot of the poses we did today. Slowly lower it back down. Inhale your arms up, and then exhale forward into a seated forward fold with those legs crossed. So relaxing everything here. If your arms can't quite reach the ground, that's okay, but just reaching as far as we can here. Just stretch out the spine and the tailbone. Slowly roll it back on up into that seated position. Plant those feet in front of you onto the mat, and we're gonna roll it on down so that our back is flat on the mat. So I'm just shifting a little bit so that I'm completely on the mat here. But go ahead, place your hands down onto the mat. We're gonna press our heels into the mat to lift our glutes up. So into a bridge pose. If you want a deeper stretch, you can start to curl your shoulders underneath your body here, so lifting up a little bit higher, maybe grabbing your hands together, even grabbing your ankles with your hands if you can reach them. If not, that's totally okay. But just holding here, still engaging that core as we're feeling this in our glutes and our hamstrings. But really press those heels into the mat here. I'm going to slowly release everything back onto the mat. So relaxing everything here. And then this time option to go back into that bridge pose or to take your wheel pose if that's in your practice. So if you want to take wheel, you can plant your hands onto the ground. An option is to lift up just so you can place your head gently on the mat first, and then readjust your hands and lift up into your full wheel. But again, if that's not in your practice, feel free to just take your bridge pose or play around with this, making sure whatever option you choose, you're breathing through, listening to your body. If it becomes too much, carefully coming out of the pose. So here I'm slowly lowering down back onto the mat here, releasing everything down. And then from here, I like to walk my feet in to meet each other and allow your knees to open up to opposite sides. So a nice hip opener here to stretch everything out. Just breathing through, let your lower back press firmly onto the mat here, so still keeping a nice neutral spine, but breathing through. And then from here, you can keep your legs in the position that you have them, or if you want to extend them out in front into corpse pose or shavasana, you can. And you can go ahead and just rest in this position and reflect if you want, taking whatever time that you need. But I just want to thank you all again for joining me for this practice. As I said earlier, my name's Morgan. I'm with Penn State Campus Recreation, Fitness, and Wellness. Keep checking back in for more of our videos and different workouts that we're bringing for you guys. But just make sure that you guys are all staying safe and healthy during this time. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day, and namaste.